So back in 2022, there was this long 8-month strike for most universities in Nigeria, and our school was one of it. So basically for 8 months, we were basically sitting at home doing nothing. But it seems that before we went on this strike, like maybe a few weeks or few days before the strike started, before we went home, I was actually getting into the habit of jogging. Me and my roommates would go for a jog, almost every morning, and it was actually nice, and I wanted to continue that habit. Also, during this 8-month strike period, I saved up some money and I was able to buy a skateboard, and I was really happy, my first board ever and everything. So this particular morning I went for a jog and I carried my board along with me, because the plan was, after I jog for a little bit, I'll take the board and skate. I just personally like jogging 5 a.m. in the morning when everybody's asleep, everywhere is dark, because it's just more convenient for me. The thing is that this particular time we're still living around Ekosodin area. So if you're in Benin City, you know where Ekosodin is, and Ekosodin is not a very safe place. Let's just put it like that. There have been a lot of stories where people have gotten obtained or whatever, but the thing is that it has become significantly safer. Even during this period, it was still significantly safer. It's not like gangster city where they are just shooting everybody all the time. Just keep in mind, it was 5 a.m. in Ekosodin, and everywhere was dark and empty. Completely nobody, except 1 or 2 people that were just randomly pass by. 99% of the time, 95% of the time, there was nobody. It was just me. The road from our house to the junction side is not very smooth. You can't ride the board. There's muddy ground and all that. When you reach the tiled road side, that's where I could not ride the board. So from the muddy road side, I jogged it, then I reached the tiled road, and I started riding the board. But the thing is that riding it was kind of sketch, because the road was rough, it was dark. When I put it on the ground and I'm riding, it's very loud, and it's 5 a.m. again, so I'm supposed to be quiet. So while I was riding it, I started hearing. And basically, if you don't know, Nigeria, if they're trying to call somebody's attention, if maybe a crowd of people is there and they're trying to call somebody in particular, they make that noise so that you can look back. So everywhere was pitch black, still 5 a.m. Just keep in mind. And somebody was, so basically, I'm very sure the person was calling me. So at first I wanted to stop and meet the person and everything, but the person just kept Then the person has started flashing torchlights at me. The person took his torch and was flashing it at me. And the things I wanted to still stop and miss the person, because when I bought the board, almost everywhere I carry it to, when people see me riding a skateboard, they'll be like, wow, skateboard, they can't ride it, they would like to ride it and all that. So I assumed, maybe this guy too, that was what he wanted. But the way he kept calling and calling it, the way he was calling me was not in a friendly manner. So it was as if he was trying to get my attention aggressive. So I started to kind of panic, because a few months prior to this, when I was in school, before we went home for the strike, I had been obtained. I got jumped. Some guys came to obtain me, and the way I even got jumped, they still called me like that, and I went to meet them, and the guys took my money and everything. That'll be another story I'll tell another day. I didn't even want to stop this time. I was petrified. So the guy kept calling and flashing the torch at me, but I didn't even want to stop. I didn't want to. I just pushed myself and pushed even faster and faster and faster. So it seems that the road was somehow slopey. That was part of the thing that motivated me to want to ride the board there. So I just pushed. So the board was going faster than for him to keep up. The guy was literally have to sprint as fast as he could. So I push. Then when I went down the road, there was a place where a junction was. So I just turned to the other side of the junction. And I just found one random empty shop. I just went to head. So I waited for a few minutes. Waited for a while for hopefully the guy to pass. So after a while, I now came out. I was I felt safe again. But it seems that at this point, everyone was already starting to get bright. So it wasn't as dark anymore. Me personally, I don't know. It's probably just me. I just like riding my board, or going on a run or whatever when everywhere is dark. So the day started to break, and I packed my board and I went back home. So the funny thing is that maybe the guy wasn't actually a threat. Maybe it was just a random dude trying to call my attention that wanted to ride the board. But if it was actually a random dude that wanted to call my attention to ride the board, then should have tried to call my attention in a more approachable, friendly manner, rather than somebody that is trying to obtain you. But I'm very, very, very sure the guy was trying to obtain me. So what's the moral lesson we can learn from this story? I don't know if there's a moral lesson, but just if somebody is calling you aggressively, don't answer. Run for your life. So I know the video you watched just now is very, very different, significantly different from what I usually used to make, and it was intentional. The reason why I'm making this section of the video, even though I don't necessarily feel it's necessary to talk about, is because I want to switch the direction of my channel, or the direction of my content. So from this very channel, if you go to older videos, especially just last year or a few months ago, you'll see I was heavily into self-improvement type videos, how to be disciplined, how to be productive, how to be consistent, how to find your purpose. The first problem I had, or the main problem I had, is I'm making all these videos, which isn't bad, like how to be consistent, so how to find your purpose or whatever. And nothing bad, nothing wrong with it. I actually enjoy making those videos, and since today I still stand by pretty much almost everything I said. But the problem is, I myself am not a very consistent person. I myself am not a very productive person. It's just like the fat person telling you how to be rich, how to get jacked rather, or the poor person teaching you how to be rich, like that type of stuff. So I always felt like an hypocrite anytime I made those videos, because I'm here telling you, oh, this is how to find your purpose or how to be productive or whatever, and yet I'm not even productive, and I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing with my life. It's not like I'm never going to make self-improvement videos again. It seems that I just don't want to be a self-improvement guru. Like I've just left that stage of my life. So definitely I'll probably still mix like life lessons or whatever into the stories or whatever I plan to do. But I just want to be a guru. I want to shift, niches or priorities or whatever to more of storytelling based. So the things are, for the longest time, since forever, I've always wanted to like have like a storytelling channel or whatever. I've always been interested in things like short films, animations, things of that nature, like just all those type of stuff. And I've always wanted to do it, but as usual, I never took it serious. It's never consistent. So, and just on these very channels, you can just go through it. You will see every once in a while I try to do something like that. But it seems that I want to almost do it full time now. I don't know how exactly the thing is going to play out. I don't really feel like I'm good at storytelling like that. But I'm willing to put in the work and learn and see where this skill takes me. Like I'm willing to actually grind very hard so I can level up to like the high echelons in this skill, in this genre, in this niche or whatever. So basically that's the plan moving forward. I was hesitant to make this video, this part, because I don't necessarily feel it's worth telling you. Like it's more powerful if I show you than tell you, because I'm here telling you, oh, these are my plans, but if I don't do anything about it, it's like they're just going to be plans. So I don't feel it was necessary, but just so you know. So anyways, thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.